this is my review of Samurai Flamenco. Okay, so this episode kind of does a complete 180 here. So Masayoshi confronts Beyond Flamenco, who we met in the last episode, and Beyond Flamenco explains his purpose a little bit, and how he's kind of the avatar for the entire From Beyond organization. He's kind of just an avatar for all of them at once, and also points out that the main difference between him and Masayoshi is that Masayoshi is good and he's evil. And when Masayoshi asks him why he uses the name Flamenco, he says that Masayoshi will find out soon enough. And then also explains that he doesn't really know why he and From Beyond are trying to take over the world, and that it doesn't really make sense to him. The same way it doesn't really make sense to him that people would try to pursue justice and try to protect the world, since it's human nature for them to cause war and all that. At which point Masayoshi points out that the main reason he pursues justice is because he wants to, and Beyond Flamenco acknowledges this and then kills himself. So at which point every single member of From Beyond disappears at once, possibly because the avatar just suddenly died. And the Flamengers decide to finish off the destruction of Japan device, and decide to take it out themselves. And when Joji Konami is pressured by the Prime Minister to have the Flamengers stand aside and try to nuke it using the American weapons and using American weaponry, Joji Konami actually refuses and tells him no, and then somebody else breaks his controller with him. One of the heroes that are there. Meanwhile, Goto has a message for Masayoshi and asks Harakiri Sunshine to deliver it, since he's going there anyway. But Harakiri responds that he can tell the message himself when he sees him next, and then leaves. So meanwhile, the Flamengers are trying to destroy the Destruction of Japan device and almost run out of power, and then use one last effort to destroy it, and then escape inside one of the fists of Flamenrobo, and Flamenrobo is destroyed. At which point, they're declared national heroes. And that doesn't last very long. So without the primary purpose for it to exist, the Flamenger organization is disbanded, and the members go their separate ways. And after that, Masayoshi visits his grandfather's grave. At which point he's approached by by a superhero named Mr. Justice, who's very strikingly similar to Joji Konami, and Masayoshi even makes reference to that. And it's possible they might be one and the same, or might even be related. I don't know. He's a minor character. We never see him again after this. But Mr. Justice tries to explain what exactly is going on, but then Masayoshi is confronted by the Ministry of Peace, who tried to take Masayoshi in for terrorist reasons. I'll explain. And Mr. Justice fights him off, and they run away. At which point Masayoshi tries to contact the other Flamengers, but can't really get in contact with any of them since their communications have been shut off by the government. And almost all of them, except for Masayoshi, are arrested. Blue tries to put up a bit of a fight, but Aoshima kind of doesn't really fare well against the Prime Minister, who he confronts directly, and then the Prime Minister, for some reason, is able to defeat him in a single punch. It's revealed later why, but for right now, it's kind of a mystery. And also it's revealed that he's trying to boost his approval rating. So, at which point, Mr. Justice and Masayoshi arrive at his secret base, and Mr. Justice explains what's going on, explaining that apparently the government faked the whole From Beyond attack, and then tried to frame Masayoshi and the Flamengers as heroes, since they kind of became celebrities and represented a thorn in the government side. So they decide to basically destroy them, so that they can't actually fight back and ruin the Prime Minister's plan, whatever it is. At which point, a bunch of SWAT members burst into the room, and Masayoshi escapes while Mr. Justice holds him off, but Mr. Justice takes a tranquilizer to the neck after he's defeated everybody. So he kind of isn't in the story anymore. He was in this one episode, and now he's gone. But yeah, this episode was essentially Masayoshi was labeled as a national hero, and now he's labeled as public enemy number 1. So yeah, the government is trying to arrest Masayoshi now for what he's done, quote unquote, and are trying to pin the whole From Beyond attacks on him and the other Flamengers. And they are succeeding, and the Prime Minister's approval rating is slowly going through the roof. So and now Masayoshi is a wanted criminal, so he has to try and solve this problem without getting arrested, because now superheroes are illegal thanks to the Prime Minister's actions, and he has almost no superhero allies to rely on, because they've all been arrested because of the ban on superheroes. So yeah, now Masayoshi has to take on the Japanese government, and he's at a very big disadvantage. But we'll see how this goes. So Masayoshi now has to face off against the government, and he's really doesn't have any real tools to deal with it. So it's going to be interesting to see how he actually conquers this new threat that he really isn't going to be able to, despite the fact that because he's kind of public enemy number 1 and everybody wants to arrest him. So we'll see. So now Masayoshi is on the run from the police, as well as most of the citizens who previously supported him. So we'll see what happens to Masayoshi in the coming episodes. But for right now, if you guys have seen this episode of Samurai Flamenco, then what did you guys think? Let's get a discussion going in the comment section down below, or over on my Discord server, link in the description. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and on Twitter in the description below. And also, check out my Patreon description below as well if you want to help support the show. It's only a couple bucks a month, and it really helps me out, so I would definitely appreciate if you did that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!